Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but I'm Dre Mac? Came into the game just to get backs. Into the space that I'm in. They call me by the Drake cause I'm cold with the pen. I find no diamonds but I still shine. You can dig me cause my boy's mine. My tracks flame like a dilute. I order blood on my tongue. Thinking it's a warm blue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist, but you smell me. One spark, then I bet you I'ma blow up. They throw my name around, get stupid, then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. A bitch is thinking in his man, but she can't see me. You rather drink, they gon' pull up. I'm drinking knife through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, come and brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I poured all the planks, you use Decepticons. Fake rappers to retreat like Cobra. 80s they can throw they like. Up in the storage and I'm E-man. Up, down, down, man, I'm cheap. You a beast, man. I take a beating. Ninja turtle back, turtle plans to defeat it. Hot in the ride, you can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me, cause I'm a guy bomb. Bad attitude like a rocket, my whole to the A. And I bet you can't stop us. LL bad, when I go and show up, you can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is going on, everybody? It's your man, Dre Mac, coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show, 7:30 in the morning, Central Time, 8:30. I mean, I'm sorry, it's not. It's actually 4:30. It's a 4:30 show. Because I was not even gonna hold you. I needed some sleep, and I got every bit of sleep that I possibly could get. So that's why I am legitimately doing this now at this time. God dang it. Still trying to get, why is this all of a sudden not working? There we go. Yeah. Let's get this thing going. Yeah. So I ain't gonna lie. I had my alarm clock set for 6:45 so I could get up. You know what I'm saying? Get my mind right, get ready, get some coffee in my system, whatever, and do the show. It wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. That bed felt great. And here we are now doing this at 4:30. So we are getting to like this whole week is going to be jam-packed full of conversations. Not only are we got grifters losing their mind over Supergirl, because I want to do neurotics video, to do a reaction to neurotics video. We got, man, I gotta get this hat right. We got Utterly Noah, discussing the pick-me's when it comes to the grift. Of course, we're doing the Birdman's high CHD. Then I also have conversations. I want to do a conversation about the leaked Doomsday trailer that I saw on X. Tonight we got Welcome to Derry episode. Hey, it's jam-packed this week, full of videos, full of live streams, full of conversations we're going to talk about. So it's going to be, you got to make sure that you tune in. You got to make sure, no matter what's, we going back to our regularly scheduled program next week. I just needed that sleep. That sleep felt great, and I needed that sleep. You know what I mean? So we got a lot of conversation to talk about. But of course, we're going to go into the reaction video of the Birdman's latest video, the SuperGrift. You know what I mean? It is literally out of the Grifter's playbook. And I'm glad I was able to point out Thumbhead, aka Tyrone Magnus, and Mayor McNugget, aka Hills versus Babyface, and even see a different side to Snarky J. So we are going to get into everything today. So hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gant over at the Heavy Gant React channel. You already know how I do. The real question is, are you
say why you hating on my energy? Say why you hating on my energy? I don't think you wanna be my enemy.
All right. Let me see who is all in the house, and we are going to get into it. Toria Ray Reloaded, what's up? No, I didn't do a live this morning. I didn't do a live this morning. We here at this time. You know what I'm saying? So needed that sleep. Michael Johnson, what's up? Good morning. Damn, it's not morning. Lord, it's the afternoon. What's up? X-Man Xavier Phoenix, what's up? G Network, what's up? Like, you stupid. What's up, SKNL? What's up, Jedi? Hey, can a brother get some sleep? Can a brother get a brother rest? I mean, can a brother get a nap in? Is that okay with you? You know what I mean? Yeah, I can't do it forever, man. I'm old. See now. You know what I'm saying? I keep telling people I'm 167 years old. I just look like this. Me and Pennywise crashed down together. I was in the passenger seat when they kicked them out. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know why I got there. But can a brother get some sleep? Pam, what's up? Good afternoon. What's up? Whoa. It's Chris TV. What's up? Oh, man. I mean, they couldn't. Hey, okay, all right. Tomorrow is going to be, what did I say tomorrow's going to be? Tomorrow's going to be neurotic. So, because I want to go over that myself. Obviously, I got quite the response from my last video. So I'll push that. I'll look at that in on tomorrow. Okay. Oh, you just say you're dropping it tomorrow. Oh, okay. I got you. But you already know, before we go into anything, I want to shout out the crew. So let's go. I know a lot of people was not in here from the morning crew, but y'all already know how y'all do. Let's go. Hold up. Wait a minute. Whoa. Stop everything you're doing. Go and hit that like button. I know this is probably your first time watching, and you probably enjoying everything. Stop fucking on the channel and go and hit that subscribe button so you never miss one of my videos or one of my morning live streams. And for only $2.99 a month, you know you can be a part of the crew. And shout out to all my crew members that been holding it down for Dre Mack and the crew since the beginning. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program, now in service. Go. Bye. All right. And of course, I appreciate all my crew members, you know what I'm saying, that has, held it down for me, you know what I'm saying, and all of that are members of this channel, man. I really, truly appreciate you. Justice Note, what's up? All right, you already know we got to transition, so that means we got to pay for these butter biscuits real quick. So I'll be right back with more of the Dre Mack Show.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Now you can own one of the greatest gospel albums ever on the road with only giant hits and legendary stars.
Biscuit. I know it's the truth about it. I love. Oh, how I love this biscuit. Oh, how I love this biscuit. It is the best biscuit. I know.
This treasury is not sold in stores, and when you call the toll-free number now, you also get another entire album of all-time gospel favorites. We now return to the Transformers.
All right. And I just wanted to let you guys know now, I am not a grifter. It's fake news, hogwash. They lying on me on the internet. I do not grift. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know why they clipped that and just make his own short little video. I don't know why, but let's go ahead. Let's get it to the bird, man. Let's do it. Exposing the grift. Oh man. The critical drinker whines about Supergirl. Let's get into I haven't watched nothing. So, let's get into it. Let's see what my man the Birdman is talking about. All right, let's go.
A day. He couldn't wait a single day before revving up the grift machine. DC releases a teaser trailer for Supergirl, and this dipshit couldn't wait a day to jump on the hate train for something he hasn't yet seen.
Neither could Neurotic.
Day zero, this was his tweet. An ironic one at that, as you have the critical drinker calling a drunk wearing glasses edgy.
Hey, you know what's crazy? So I finally watched Comics Explain do Woman of Tomorrow, the first comic. In that comic, that's the jacket, the long trench coat is what she's wearing in the comic. Were you talking about comic? We always talk about like comic book fans. Let's be real. What's up, Marley Moore? What's up, Revive KC, Reverend KC? What's good? Now, we've always talked about comic accuracy when it comes to comic book movies. Man, gotta feel more like a comic book. What about comic accuracy? That's not the way the character looks in the comic. Yada 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 yada. We talk about it. Literally, the fourth, I think it was like what? Like the fifth or sixth panel when she's in the bar and she's drunk. That's literally the same jacket she has on. Literally the same overcoat. So it's wild how people was comparing her to Star-Lord. This is when I know the grift was real. Everybody kept saying, "Oh, it reminds me of Star-Lord." Well, if you read the comic, or like I said, I don't have the comic. I can easily pull it up, but Comics Explained did it, so I wanted to see what he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Explaining the actual comic and stuff like that. That first issue, and by damn, does she have on the same jacket? It's not a Star-Lord comparison. Yeah, I like I kept telling people, they're only doing this because James Gunn is associated with this. That's it. That's the only reason why they're doing it. She literally, her jacket, glasses, all of that has nothing to do with Star-Lord. Literally has nothing to do with Star-Lord. It's just to hate on James Gunn. And that's what I was talking about in my video when I was in the live that I did last Friday about narrative pushing. Stop pushing the narrative when it's not true. Are we going off the comics or are we not going off the comics? We got to make up our mind. You know what I'm saying? Either we going to get comic accuracy or we going to make up narrative. Pick one. All right, let's keep going. What's up, Jada Informant?
The critical drinker calls a drunk wearing glasses edgy. You can't make this stuff up.
You can't.
I called this one instantly. This is precisely how predictable these people have become. If a superhero project stars a woman or a minority, these idiots come out of the woodwork.
And I'm doing neurotic in the morning.
Go off. And it's sad, really. These people and the parrots that follow them have such miserable lives where literally everything that releases is out to get them or hurts their feelings in some way. Only the cynical grifter has something to show for it, as he makes thousands of dollars whining.
Exactly.
Which, of course, only makes the people doing it for free even sadder. Anyway, let's hear what he has to say.
This movie is a wacky, irreverent adventure about a dysfunctional, loose cannon protagonist with a love of dancing and 1980s pop music who uses snarky humor to mask their inner pain and turmoil. They're not your typical superhero, that's for sure. But when they get embroiled in a world-ending conflict, they're forced to team up with a group of likable misfits. They're not your typical superhero team, that's for sure.
Wait a minute. Isn't that just your tweet, but reworded slightly?
Exactly.
I knew you were a lazy hack, but come on, make this difficult. Both this soliloquy and your tweet are completely wrong. But in order to prove this, I must first explain Woman of Tomorrow.
I love that he used the Jason Momoa Blanca pick now. That's hard. I'm not going to lie. That's good. That's dope. That's super dope. Keep using that, Birdman. That's dope.
The new Supergirl film is based on the comic book Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, an 8-book miniseries by Tom King. Remember that name. It'll be important later.
Okay, D Sizzle. I like
this story is told from the perspective of Ruthie, a young alien girl.
Make sure you put that in the comments.
Loses her father to the space pirate Krim of the Yellow Hills. Ruthie, being a young girl, sets out to find someone capable of killing Krim in revenge for the slaying of her father, and happens upon a bounty hunter whom she offers Krim's sword as payment. The bounty hunter attempts to steal that sword, and a drunk Supergirl who is celebrating her 21st birthday intercepts the bounty hunter and retrieves the sword. Ruthie, enamored with and thankful to Supergirl, follows her and makes her the same deal, which she refuses because Supergirl doesn't kill people. Krim appears with the bounty hunter and tries to kill Supergirl and Crypto, very nearly succeeding.
Yo, shout out to the Birdman. Shout out to the Birdman, because literally Birdman could cut this out of this video and just make a Woman of Tomorrow explainer video, and I guarantee you it'll hit. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be surprised to me if it hit 150, 200,000 views just the way he's explaining this. You know what I mean? Just the way he's explaining this. And again, with all these grifters, do you hear them explaining anything about anything? They just whine and complain, but they don't explain nothing. Nothing.
Because this planet has a red sun, which slowly depowers Supergirl, and is why she came here, so she could physically get drunk for her birthday. Crypto is poisoned by Krim's arrows, and only he knows the antidote for the poison. Krim then steals Supergirl's ship, and now...
Oh, that's probably why you see the scene in the trailer with Kara looking at Crypto, You know what I'm saying? As he's laying down, she has tears in her eyes. And if they, wait a minute, hold on, Birdman. I gotta put myself full screen real quick. Hold up. Are you telling me, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, are you telling me that a director from a movie studio is actually adapting a storyline damn near beat to beat? We don't know because we haven't seen the movie, but from the synopsis, are they literally going close to the source material and actually giving us something that we would watch as comic book fans and that we couldn't pick holes on it because it's damn near close to the source material? And by God, was Tom King not a writer on that? Who wrote the comic? Are you telling me we're getting that? Something we've been complaining about with Marvel a lot of years. Again, Black Panther. I love Black Panther, but Black Panther is an okay Black Panther story. It's not great. It's okay, but it's not great. Why? Because they didn't have the essence of the comic book character or allowed any of the comic book writers to be aboard of the story to flesh out the actual character more, going from, let me guess, from comic to screen? Are you telling me that's what DC's doing? Are you telling me that's what we're getting? I'm just saying. So when people complain about this, you know they never were fans. This is literally the definition of the grift. Let's get back to our regularly scheduled program, already in service.
Unable to fly after him due to the red sun, Supergirl is stranded with Ruthie, and they go on an adventure to catch Krim, force him to give them the antidote for Krypto's poisoning, and kill Krim for killing Ruthie's father. This story is fucking awesome, and I highly recommend any comic book fan that hasn't yet read it to do so, because not only is the story and artwork phenomenal, you'll be introduced to a fantastic new DC character in Ruthie Mary Knoll, and she might even be your favorite character in the story. Now, back to Drinker's tweet. He's characterized this trailer as a wacky space adventure about a dysfunctional hero who has to partner up with a quirky band of misfits.
What the hell?
Viewer, what part of the synopsis of Woman of Tomorrow that I just explained is a dysfunctional hero partnering up with a quirky band of misfits?
Facts.
There are two protagonists in this story, not Supergirl partnering up with a band of misfits.
Exactly.
Supergirl isn't dysfunctional. She came to this planet in order to celebrate her birthday. And because there is a red sun, she's finally able to get drunk. In the comic, the reason she does this is because she's still mourning the loss of her mother, father, and Krypton, something the trailer actually shows. Also shown in the trailer is Kara suffering from a hangover, another thing lifted directly from the comic. Where in that trailer was it shown that this apparent team of misfits are taking on a bigger threat? Krim.
Facts. Before you go, Birdman, if I'm not mistaken, didn't they play up on that at the end of Superman? So again, Birdman, hold on. I got to stop for station identification real quick. This is the Dre Max Show, where we talk about comic book movies, news, all kinds of entertainment, and everything when it comes to sci-fi comics and all of that. Let me ask you something. You're telling me that James Gunn, the guy that, these wacky band of misfits called Neurotic and Critical Drinker, Mayor McNugget, you know what I'm saying? Thumbhead McNaggis. I'm gonna call him McNaggis. You know what I mean? All of these cats be talking about. Are you telling me that James Gunn had the fortitude to actually introduce a character in a previous work? That character goes on to do said movie, and they actually do a storyline that's based on the comic, and there is no loss in continuity? Are you telling me that? What planet am I living on? What timeline is this? Did Steve Rogers go back in time and we all in a wibbly wobbly timeline now where a director and a head of a studio that is doing comic book movies is actually doing what they do in comic book movies? Something that Marvel lost their way with after Endgame. Who's the fans now? Okay, back to your regularly scheduled program. And oh boy. All right, let's keep going. I am flabbergasted.
While dangerous to regular people in the story, is literally no match for Supergirl and has to use a magical orb to BFR her. So you see, so far, nothing of what Drinker has said about this film is accurate to the trailer or the comic book this story is based on. This is because Drinker does not know what he's talking about, has no knowledge of the source material, has a child's grasp on marketing material, and is so fucking lazy that he won't even do the bare minimum to understand why certain things are being shown to him. It has been known long before this trailer even dropped that they would be adapting Tom King's comic book.
Yeah,
Here,
long time.
I'll prove it.
A long
This
time.
is a screenshot of Wikipedia's entry on the film from July of this year. You can clearly see they stated this film would be an adaptation of that comic book, and this was the time the Critical Drinker was complaining about Superman, saying it wouldn't surpass $600 million. So it should be clear to everyone here that he did not do his due diligence and is pulling things from his ass in his strange crusade against James Gunn that has seemingly come out of nowhere. To harp further on this point, he's blaming...
And Justice Note, literally, this is what when we start pointing out grifters, when I do these reaction videos to get y'all hip though grifters, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Dude just saying shit. He's just saying shit. But then when you look at it further, you can tell you're riling up a fan base to get paid because, again, people will watch the car wreck way better than they watch traffic while it's flowing normally. Everybody will stop. You have seen traffic slow down to a crawl, from the opposite side of the highway because you're trying to see what the fuck happened in the. I'm sorry. Well, Mr. Roberta ain't here, but what happened on the other side with the car wreck? Let's keep it real. Let's keep it a buck. But when traffic is flowing normally and is the way it's supposed to go, this country is built off of hate. That's why nobody wants to stop it.
James Gunn when this film is written and directed by people that are not James Gunn. Something he later acknowledges in this video, but still blames James Gunn anyway. And here's the hilarious part. Remember when I told you to keep the name Tom King in mind? Well, this is Tom King, the writer of Woman of Tomorrow. If you zoom in, you might start to notice something a little strange about this Wikipedia page. And it's this passage where it clearly states that Tom was brought into DC Studios to be one of the architects of the DCU.
I didn't know that. I did not know that. That movie doesn't look trash as fuck, big dog. Sorry. If Miss Roberta come in here or Erica D or Miss Robert D, I'm cussing today. Nah. No, it doesn't. If you know anything about comic book movies, right, and you know anything about the actress is fucking amazing. I'm on my shit today. So I'm sorry, people just gonna have to not tune in or whatever, but I'm on my shit today. Nah, bruh. If you don't like it, you just don't like it. But saying it looked trash as fuck off a 1-minute teaser, dog, you just hating, period.
So the writer of the story this film is stated to be based on is heavily involved with this film. And when you watch the trailer seems to be lifting things directly from the comic book it was based on that this man wrote. And Drinker still blames James Gunn. The same James Gunn that explicitly stated it's important to him that the writers and directors of these projects give their own self-expression to those projects. The same James Gunn that stated he's giving those artists the freedom to create what they want to create and that he likes when things are tonally incongruent but come together in interesting ways. That James Gunn.
The 8 to 10 year arc is, a lot of what DC is, and the fun for me really is in the world.
Hold on, before we even get there, something that we talked about. Let's be honest. Something that we talked about. We talked about this. How many times have we begged, these people from DC? I mean, I'm sorry, from Marvel, to bring in some of the writers that created the characters. What's up, Tony? How many times have we asked those people, why isn't, with Black Panther, why isn't Christopher Priest there? Or why isn't Reginald Hudlin there? Which Reginald Hudlin would have probably been intimidating. I'm mean, just be honest with you. Reginald Hudlin would have probably been intimidating to Ryan Coogler for the simple fact, that Reginald Hudlin not only is a writer, director, and producer, he produced some of the biggest films in the 90s. You're going to look at Ryan Coogler is going to look at that and just feel intimidated. Let's be honest. He's just going to feel intimidated about that. Number two, we've asked this from a lot of, they get cameos. Oh, whoop-de-doo. But what about the actual characters? And a lot of it, we've seen that in the early days of Marvel. But when Marvel started making their money, all of a sudden, where they at? Where they at, though? Where they at, though? Where they at? Where they at? Where they at, though? And that's the same thing. Like, literally, when Deadpool was being done by Fox, guess who they brought in? They brought in Rob Liefeld, right? Rob Liefeld is the creator of Deadpool. But when Deadpool 3 came out and it was under Marvel's branding, they excluded him out of there. You know what I mean? And he talks about to this day, right? And he's still pissed off about that to this day because Fox treated him well, and now he's under Marvel, and all of a sudden it's a problem. So you gotta get, if you're a real fan of comic books, then you have to look at James Gunn and say, I gotta give you your props by bringing people in to adapt some of the stories that we want to adapt on film. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a comic book fan, but you're the comic book creator. Let's sit down and let's work together. Let's be able to craft this thing, and let's see what we can be able to build out of that and make a real comic book universe. This is why I feel that Marvel is course correcting and why Doomsday is literally a sequel to Avengers Endgame, because they're about to recourse all of that. I'm trying to tell you, they know, Marvel knows they crapped the bed. So now they're about to scrap all of that and say, oh, we were in an alternate universe. It was this was this, that, other. It was timelines. It was all of this, yada, yada, yada. That never happened because they got to course correct everything that they did, because DC is going to be on their head. And I don't care what no one says. I'm serious about this. Supergirl is probably going to top Superman. And the reason why I say that is because, number one, you're bringing in a bigger fan base. White women, or a majority, is the majority of America, is white women. They are the majority of people in the United States. You have a great story with that, just like they did with Wonder Woman. You put that with a great story, and she's amazing. Watch that be $1 billion film. Watch. Nobody expected Wonder Woman, not Wonder Woman 1984. That was, I don't know what that was. But Wonder Woman was $1 billion film because it hits a demographic, and she's badass, and she could be vulnerable. It's a great story. All of that, I'm trying to tell you. It will be $1 billion film. So they can see, these grifters can say what they want to. Watch how everything is gonna play out.
Building, not just the story building. DCU isn't. I don't think of DCU as being, this is a story we're telling over multiple films and TV shows about one big bad. I don't want to have to do, as an audience member, to do the homework to have to see every single thing. It is more of a connected universe that exists within one place, which is the DCU, which will have differences depending on who the artists and the directors and the production designers that are making the shows.
Which will have differences depending on who the artists and the directors and the production designers that are making the shows.
Boom.
Our gang have to learn to put aside their differences and work together to save the day. And along the way, our main character finds a new surrogate family in this crazy group of outcasts and learns that sometimes the real heroes are the friends we make along the way.
After everything that I've just told and shown you, it should now be very clear that this guy is a moron that doesn't know anything about what he's talking about.
No.
His grasp on marketing material is amateur at best, and it's clear he immediately hopped on a microphone the second this trailer dropped to drum up hatred on a property he hasn't researched in the slightest, which is incredibly irresponsible when you have an audience that is measured in the millions. It's obvious that he was going to dislike this property no matter what it did, and that's why we've got tweets of Drinker unknowingly making fun of himself before that trailer even released. Hey, Drinker, that drill bit isn't nearly long enough.
You know, it's interesting how a movie that was, officially at least, neither written nor directed by James Gunn is somehow shaping up to be the most James Gunn movie that ever James Gunned. I don't know how else to say it, but the trailer that just got released yesterday is basically a comprehensive checklist of every tired, played-out James Gunn cliche from every superhero movie he's ever made. There's the dog to kick things.
I'm about to say, for someone who never had a critically acclaimed movie, who did not successfully make a film that everyone enjoyed, has the nerves to talk about a director who literally was averaging $800 million per movie average on Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not talking about anything, just Guardians of the Galaxy. Just saying, you can't tell me about nothing if you ain't. Oh, like, what kind of money are you making? Were you just flat out hating it without any type of premise, without any type of anything for us to understand? Like, logically put it in perspective. What does James Gunn do bad to make his movies bad? You don't like dogs in your movies? Well, where else did he have a dog in this movie? What, Guardians of the Galaxy 3? Or are we talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy special with Cosmo? How much was that dog in the movie? How much was that dog in the special where it just ignored you to the utmost core? Or what about a character? Oh, this is a superpower being character that actually has emotions and feelings. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with showing Superman in a vulnerable state because he's trying to prove everybody I'm just as human as you are? What is wrong with that? So the character's not just born or a MacGuffin. You know how tired I am where where writers would just make Superman just do whatever except save his daddy, but he could do whatever. That's boring. Who cares? What about the person himself? What about the character? I don't want to watch a hero story where the hero can just do whatever. It's boring. It is legitimately boring. That's why I always say Mask of the Phantasm is my favorite Batman story of all time. Probably one of my favorite Batman movies of all times. You know why? Because it shows Bruce as an actual human being grappling with just being Batman. Is this right what I'm doing? I just don't, I want to leave this life. But what are you talking about? Like, it's ridiculous. Hero culture. Thanks so very much for gifting 5 memberships to the show. So if you don't have a membership, you can get one right now. Thanks to Hero Culture. Appreciate it. Because we got butter and biscuit people up in here. Let's go ahead and give them what they want.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
All right, let's keep going.
Off because there's always a dog in a James Gunn movie, because everyone knows that putting a cute furry animal in your movie is pretty much the quickest and laziest way of speedrunning your way to audience sympathies.
This is what I mean. A very hastily written script that is simply inaccurate. First of all, what do you mean a dog is always in a James Gunn movie? Do you mean non-cameo dogs as a main or prominent character as Grifter is in the DCU?
Exactly.
Because there weren't any in Slither, just random dead dogs that were mutilated by the parasite. Those were about as prominent as the dead cows were. How about the Belko experiment? Were there any dogs in that office building where the story takes place?
No.
What about Brightburn? Were there any prominent dogs in Brightburn?
No.
Oh, that was only a movie produced by James Gunn, not written and directed by him? Well, so is this one, so that has to count.
Yeah.
But he's talking about superhero movies, right? Well, was there a prominent dog in The Suicide Squad?
Is this thing a dog?
A dog?
Yes.
What kind of dog do you think it is, mate?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with all the breeds.
Okay, fine. There are some dogs in some of the movies, but they are usually not prominent characters. Let's keep going.
We've got the obnoxious use of 1980s pop songs because, by golly, James Gunn sure does love his classic pop music.
That song was only in the teaser trailer, and we do not know if that song is going to be in the actual movie.
Exactly.
This is the Doylist-Watsonian dichotomy, where we, on the other side of the fourth wall, are seeing and hearing things the characters within that story are not. Again, this was a teaser.
Man, Birdman. Man, that's my guy. Birdman, hit him again.
Trailer. The song that plays in the actual film will in all likelihood be something completely different to what we heard in the teaser.
Facts.
You know, because she's on an alien planet with a red sun. I'm not entirely sold on them having 1980s American music playing on a planet light years away from Earth.
Yo,
and newsflash.
Hold on, wait a minute. What if they played a theme song for when you go to the cantina and Lego Star Wars? Hey, and she's jamming to the Star Wars soundtrack will be hilarious to me.
James Gunn does not have a monopoly on liking or using 80s pop music. Music from that era is extremely popular and is used all the time because it's recognizable. Atomic Blonde's trailer used 1983's Blue Monday. Kick-Ass's trailer used 1981's Bad Reputation. Ready Player One's teaser had 1981's Tom Sawyer. I mean, Thriller is played every single Halloween, for fuck's sake. It's entirely possible that the director of this film, who is 58 years old and was a teenager in the 80s, also loves 80s pop music and okayed its use in this trailer. Let's keep going.
And also because after being forced to listen to Kate Bush on repeat in Stranger Things like I was trapped in some kind of Guantanamo Bay torture session, I've developed a thorough and abiding hatred of this lazy, cringe, nostalgia-milking bullshit. It's not cool and quirky anymore, it's just fucking tired.
Another ironic criticism from the Critical Drinker, a guy that literally whines that modern movies aren't like the 80s movies that he grew up with. But I guess
it's I'll beat him up. I'll beat him up, Jay. I would beat my reverse self up. He's probably smaller than me too. You know what I'm saying? He started off big and then got skinny as he got older. When I started off skinny, got bigger when I got older. But yeah, it's ironic how that's how some people do. They talk about, oh, I want this and I want that. Then when said thing is done, oh, it's slop. I don't like it because it's just nothing but a bunch of slop. I don't like the 80s stuff because it's a bunch of slop. What is slop? Is that the new grift word now where everything is slop? It's ridiculous.
This time it's different. Because.
Anyway, it's time to introduce our main character, Kara. She's not your typical superhero, though. She's a drunken, cynical, messed up party girl who likes to cut loose and do her own thing. She's definitely not here to live up to your expectations, that's for sure.
Girls get it done.
Again, this is Drinker failing to have done any due diligence on this film or the source material the film is based on.
Idiot.
Once again, Kara travels to planets with red suns because she's a Kryptonian and she cannot metabolize alcohol while on Earth. So for her birthday, she's having a little fun, and clearly she had a little too much fun and is hungover.
What's wrong with having fun? If Critical Drinker went out and had some fun, you know what I'm saying, spit a couple of dollars, threw it in the air, maybe he wouldn't act like this.
This is damn near directly lifted from the comic. You know, because the guy that wrote that comic is one of the architects of the DCU.
That's
Further,
crazy.
Supergirl is a little depressed because she lost her planet and is still grieving.
Yes.
Something, again, from the books and implied in this trailer.
Yes.
I mean, why do you think they're showing her on Krypton? To show us her origin story? Oh, you mean yet another thing from that very comic book? I wonder what they're trying to communicate.
She's played by Millie Alcock, who turned in a great performance in House of the Dragon, and I'm sure she's going to do her best here. I mean, she's not exactly statuesque like I'd imagine Supergirl to be, but whatever. It's not like we'd expect her to do crazy stuff like work out in a gym or anything.
That's because you don't know shit about Supergirl. This is how she appears in the book this film is based on.
And again, Birdman did an excellent job just giving us a synopsis of this story.
Not exactly statuesque or extremely muscular, but I digress. All she has to be is taller than Ruthie, and considering the actress playing Ruthie is 4'10" and Millie is 7 inches taller than that, this works perfectly fine.
Exactly.
Besides, wouldn't your ridiculous audience dislike a muscular female character? Don't the people that follow you call anybody with a six-pack manly?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the Supergirl your audience has been pretending to know anything about.
Exactly. That Supergirl sucks.
See two things, and they aren't muscles.
Right.
But she looks fine as the drunk, out-of-control party girl who's going through a midlife crisis at 23 for some reason. Oh my goodness, it must be such
a midlife crisis. Sometimes do you listen to these people and be like, what the whole entire hell are you talking about? She's going through a midlife crisis at 23, ignoring the fact that her whole planet just is destroyed. Nobody sees the irony here. The irony that these guys just talk and build up a fan base, but they have no idea, and they want you to be brainless, just like he is, to give him money. Come on, give me money. Come on, like that lady on Don't Be a Menace in South Central. Shirts, $5. Come on, give me money.
drag to be young and hot and super powered. Can't imagine how you cope with it.
Once again, Drinker betrays his own audience by failing to know anything about what he's talking about. Again, from her perspective, she just lost her planet and her entire family besides Clark. Supergirl's history takes a bit of explaining, but the short version is Kara Zor-El is older than Kal-El. Kal left Krypton as a baby, and Kara left as a teenager, but her ship got stuck, and she was basically frozen in time, similar to Captain America. So she's older and younger than Superman at the same time.
Facts. She's like the little big sister. Yeah, something like that. I think I messed that up. What up, May Kent? I read Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comic. The trailer is 100% on point. I'm about to go to my nefarious means to read that. Tony, what's up? What's up? They're ridiculous, bro. They just ridiculous. These dudes are crazy. These are, and you said Millie Alcock is younger than David Corswell. That's funny.
This means, although over 30 years has passed since the destruction of Krypton, for her, this tragedy was recent, and therefore she is still grieving. This is very likely why she likes to get drunk, but she can't do that on a planet with a yellow sun, so she's here on a planet with a red sun. Notice how Drinker, instead of investigating why the trailer is showing what they're showing, rushed out to make this video and chose to be misogynistic, suggesting that a young girl couldn't possibly have issues because she's young, powerful, and attractive.
Facts. And I don't think she was, you said she was frozen for 30 years. I don't think she was frozen. I know that she was on, just from the lore, she was when the city separated from Krypton, they were living there until I think the planet started decaying and dying. If that's when she ended up leaving. And it could have been 30. It could have been a 30-year passage of time, because time probably works differently on Krypton than it does there. So, but you said was she frozen? Oh, you talking about when she took the pod? Is that what you're talking about? I gotta check that out. I gotta find that out myself. I don't want to say anything incorrect. So,
what the fuck is this dude's problem?
Quirky, pseudo-retro science fiction gags? Don't worry, we've got you covered. Because clearly when you have the ability to fly and travel through space, a bus is the natural choice for getting around.
Again, these scenes are lifted directly from the comic book. And in that story, she's losing or lost her powers due to the red sun. This is why she needs a bus to travel, because on a red sun, a Kryptonian is basically a normal human. This is how stupid you are. You think they're showing Supergirl?
Now I want to really read this comic, because that bus looks almost exactly like the bus that comes to picks her up in the trailer.
On a bus for no reason. You could have simply taken another day, investigated why she's taking the bus, and this would have never made it into the video. But instead, you get to be embarrassed by me. You should be honored.
Actually, why the fuck does she even bother wearing a trench coat when she's basically immune to temperature? Oh, right, that's why.
I'm not going to keep repeating myself about the star of the planet she's currently.
And again, she has a coat on in the comic.
But I will continue repeating that these are things lifted from the book. The story is based on a book. She is wearing the trench coat in the book. In your haste to tie this element to a movie James Gunn made, you forgot that Supergirl is a comic book character and her wardrobe is based on her design in a comic book.
Time for a fight scene, I guess. Let's assemble our group of accommodating stuntmen to get the shit kicked out of them. But don't forget to work in that snarky James Gunn humor.
Okay, this does not look like this is gonna end well for you guys.
Oh my God.
Nailed it.
I will honestly keep repeating that these are things from the book, not something James Gunn invented. I'm not joking. I can do this all day.
Who even wrote this shite anyway? Anna Noguera, eh? Not exactly a screenwriter I'm familiar with, but surely she must have some pretty impressive accomplishments if she's been charged with writing a $200 million blockbuster.
This video's premise is that this is a James Gunn movie. But when presented with evidence that this isn't a movie written or directed by James Gunn, Will has elected to pick on the actual writer and shit on her lack of credits, instead of admitting his initial take was wrong. You can even see the purple hyperlink color on his screenshot, showing that he just looked this writer up while making this rushed grifter slop video, hinting that he added this part of the video at the last minute when he realized his fuck up. I also noticed Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, isn't purple. Because of course this motherfucker couldn't be bothered to even click that one. How do any of you drinker followers not feel disrespected by this? He's putting in your face how much he doesn't give a fuck about you or providing you with accurate information.
Let's take a quick look at our IMDb page, shall we? Oh.
Cool. Now, how about we have a look at yours?
Anyway, it doesn't matter who wrote it. The end result is the same. I am fucking tired.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Got you. Okay, I understand what you're saying now, JD Foreman. I got you.
Tired of these movies, man. The forced humor, the overbearing music, the desperate attempts to be edgy and different, the visual diarrhea that looks to be 90% green screen, the predictable plot points and story beats that you just know is going to be shoved into the standard James Gunn mold because that's literally the only thing he's capable of producing now.
You know, there's a little known solution to the problem of not liking something, and I was told this by my grandfather, who was told by his grandfather, and now I'm going to share it with you. It's called don't watch.
Right.
If you don't like something,
don't watch
it. It's incredibly difficult, I know, having to stop yourself from getting in your car and driving through traffic and opening the door to the movie theater and giving them your money and sitting down in a seat for 2 hours. But you can do it. I have faith in you. You are a lot stronger than you look. And yes, I am including that quadricep muscle in your forehead.
There's a word that keeps lurking in my mind whenever I think of James Gunn films, and that word is sincerity. Not because they actually possess it, God no, but because they're so completely lacking in it that it actually feels they're taking something away from the audience on a fundamental...
Oh my God. Hold on. Hey Siri. Give me the definition of sincerity.
Sincerity means the quality of being free from pretense, deceit, or hypocrisy.
It is quite amazing. Thank you, Siri. It is quite amazing for someone to talking about dissent and hypocrisy while also doing the same damn thing to his audience. It is quite amazing. You see the irony when people talk, where you could just literally shut down all their talking points based on what the hell they got to say? Just funny.
Level. He's the movie equivalent of an insecure teenager who's so scared of being mocked and ridiculed that literally everything he says and does has to be cloaked in a protective shield of sarcasm, cynicism, and ironic humor.
Once again, Will Jordan, the critical drinker, has failed to recognize he is criticizing himself. Listen to what he said again, then watch a random drinker video with all the stupid movie clips of poop and vomit jokes. This guy is a living SpongeBob meme.
You really can't get invested in anything or anyone in a James Gunn movie because it all feels like a setup for one big joke. And well, I think people are starting to feel it.
Are they? What evidence do you have for this claim? Because from everything that I can see, audiences love James Gunn directed movies.
They do.
He literally doesn't have a single miss, according to the audience, unless you count Movie 43, which had 15 directors and doesn't really count. Hell, even your Superman review was rather positive. You know, for your standards.
For all Zack Snyder's faults as a storyteller, and believe me, there are many, one thing you can't accuse the guy of is insincerity. His films might be slow, bloated, self-important, dour, and overly serious, but you can tell he's 100% committed to the story he's telling. And there's a kind of simplistic honesty in what he does.
Hold up, wait a minute. This is to your Snyder fans, because I had one try to trickle down here in the comment section. Why y'all didn't have that same energy for Rebel Moon? Please tell me, why didn't y'all have that same energy for Rebel Moon? Why did Rebel Moon and all of that get canceled? Matter of fact, let's look at Rebel Moon for just a second. I just want to see the scores of Rebel Moon. You know, what did the audience think about Rebel Moon? Right, on Netflix. You didn't even have to pay. I mean, you got to pay money for the service, but you didn't have to go pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait a minute. It's 5.6 out of 10. A 22% on Rotten Tomatoes. So why wasn't y'all? He said, show the article. I don't need to show the. Why didn't y'all support it? Come on, people. Why was it 22%? Why wasn't Rebel Moon a hit? You got all these Snyder fans that's talking about bring back the Snyder Cut. Please, I can't do anything. I can't even go outside and get my eggs and make sure my dog is good and get me some eggs from my bacon without me some Snyder Cut. Please, for the love of God. I want the Snyder Cut. Why y'all didn't do that for Rebel Moon? Why y'all didn't blow up Rebel Moon? Why didn't y'all blow up Rebel Moon? Why was Rebel Moon trash can juice? Please tell me, why was Rebel Moon trash can juice? Where was y'all at? Just like how all y'all Snyder coders want to down everything that James Gunn does. Why didn't y'all boost this score even higher? Please, somebody tell me. Somebody tell me. 22%? 56%? Why, Lord? Why? Oh, God.
Sincerely trying to show you who he is and what matters to him as a filmmaker.
What even is this nonsense? How do you know Gunn isn't sincere and isn't committed to the story he's telling? Do you know the man personally? You are literally here making the case that a movie he didn't direct or write is still somehow his movie, but in the same breath, claiming he isn't committed to the story he's telling? If that were true, wouldn't that be a commitment to the story he's telling?
Exactly.
This is how we know you're a shit writer, Will. Your conclusions don't follow the premise.
No.
At this point in the video, you're just rambling, and it's obvious this was only included to pander to the Snyder Bros to get them on your side in your crusade against this movie and this franchise.
Hey, Joe.
Which, again, demonstrates your lack of due diligence.
Hey, Joe. Hey, buddy. This is your king. Right here. The guy me and Birdman's making fun of, that's your king. The guy who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, that's your king. This is the guy that you want to follow. These are the people that you want to restore the Snyderverse. Bro, that Snyderverse is not being restored. No way, no how. You didn't even support Rebel Moon. You think they want to redo the Snyder Cut? Especially if the merger finally goes through with Netflix and Warner Brothers. You really think that he's coming back? Nope.
Because you don't need to pander to them. They do that shit for free.
We even ran a poll on Open Bar a few weeks ago asking the audience if they preferred Man of Steel, a movie that's been thoroughly shit on over the years, or James Gunn's Superman by James Gunn. And the results were like 90% in favor of Man of Steel.
How very scientific.
I asked my audience who I've been training to hit this movie. If they hated this movie, results will shock you.
Thank you, Booze Banter. I could barely tell the difference. I nearly hit you with a forehead joke.
That's not an endorsement of Man of Steel. It's an indictment of James Gunn's Superman and everything that it represents. Because when you get right down to it, I honestly think most people would choose deeply flawed sincerity over polished duplicity. What I'm trying to say with all this pretentious bullshit is that this trailer made me feel weary, somewhere deep down inside whatever passes for my soul. It's too much of everything that I'm sick of at this point, and I'm willing to bet that I'm not the only one who feels this way.
Have you noticed he's sick of everything? There's no way if you're sick of everything, you're going to get on camera or behind anything and literally say the same thing about everything. Wasn't he just sick of the Predator movie, Predator Badlands? Now he's sick of Supergirl. He was just sick of Superman. He was sick at Fantastic Four. He's sick of this. He's sick of that. No, what it is we sick of you. That's what we sick of. We sick of you. We sick of that accent. We sick of your face. We sick of out there. Everything is so woke. A woman. I don't know what to do with this. My feelings. We're sick of you. But half of the time we would be making these videos or reaction videos or reaction to reaction videos if it wasn't for you guys crapping on everything without any sense of what you have to talk about. And for Joe, that's in the comments. Joe, this is your king right here. That's your king. And since your king didn't make sure the Rebel Moon, because Snyder Bros, he knows what he's talking about. La 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 la, tra la 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 la. Well, let's see. Rebel Moon isn't officially canceled, quote unquote, in the sense of a project abruptly pulled, but a third movie is extremely unlikely, effectively ending the planned 6-part saga due to lukewarm reception, high cost, and a viewership drop-off, with screenwriter Kurt Johnstad confirming no more sequels are planned despite detailed outlines existing. Netflix only committed to the 2-part release, and while the Universe Bible exists, the performance didn't warrant expansion, leading to no green light for Rebel Moon 3 or other related projects like a tabletop RPG. So what it's saying is, all you Snyder cultists that over here talking about, oh my goodness, I need my Snyder, man. Come on, man. I know my rights. And I have the right to want Snyder. You gonna give it to me. I hate you, James Gunn. I hate you. My liver. That's what y'all sound like to me in my head every time I do that. Y'all didn't even support Rebel Moon. Now y'all crying about what James Gunn is doing. You technically, this is a concept, and I know Miss Roberta's out of here. And if Miss Roberta, if you're watching this, I am so I'm going to apologize. But you know what? All you Snyder cultists could do this, and it says, I mean, the letters are STFU. Shut the fuck up.
Another zinger for the math there, Will. Does anybody else hate the popular thing? I can't be the only one, am I right? What are you, a fucking Redditor?
God only knows what it's going to do at the box office. If Superman could barely scrape its way to $600 million worldwide, despite the longest and most obnoxiously desperate marketing campaign in history, what chance do you think this fucking derivative, tired, played-out abortion of a film is going to have?
Well, considering your track record for predicting the box office looks like tour dates in January, I'd say Supergirl has a really good chance of doing whatever you say it's not going to do.
No, I didn't see your comment.
Again, I'm asking you, as a critic, why do you even care about the box office of a film? Our job as critics is to talk about the quality of a media property that we choose to review. It is our responsibility to that audience to give media properties a fair and honest review so that those that follow us can make an informed purchase decision. We are not there to tell them how to think and who to love or who to hate. We are there to help them come to their own conclusions based on our own opinions after having fully consumed a media property. The problem is, you're telling everyone that you're not a real critic and that you're a culture war ideologue that has taken a side and that you want this movie to fail, which betrays everything a critic should stand for. You are just a comment section troll that was lucky enough to garner a following.
Hadouken! Oh. No, Iggy, I am a grifter. very much a grifter. See, what I did was I grifted from I don't know what I grifted from. When I figure out what I grifted from, I'll let y'all know. I'll tell everybody. If I grifted right now, I tell everybody I grifted. Yeah, I grifted. I want money. That's what I want. I want some money. And I'm doing the grift so you can pay me. I'll be real with my son. Oh man. I'll be real with mine. Oh man. Let me take a quick commercial break because you know I've been acting a fool. And I'll be right back. All these grifters be getting me. I'll be right back with more of the Dre Mac Show.
Knight Rider will continue in a moment.
Them biscuits I smell, Mom.
That's my Hungry Jack.
Tommy takes one of them. Them my mama biscuit. Them my mama biscuit.
Switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Does a 10-pound bag of flour make a really big biscuit?
All right. I'm trying to tell you, a lot of these grifters, you can just literally point out the hypocrisy in their conversation because all you got to do is listen. You listen long enough, you will hear the hypocrisy in their conversation. Period. You'll hear the hypocrisy. And with these guys, it's all you literally hear. Man, Butter Biscuit almost got me. But that's it. You hear the hypocrisy. These dudes do not care about source material. They don't care about any of that. All they care about is saying their crap and making money off your ignorance. That's it. They care about your ignorance. They don't care about you or if you get the right information or any of that. Do you think they will care? No, they won't. Because if they brainwash you long enough, trust and believe, you will follow right along suit. You'll be hating stuff. It's 3-card Monty. And just like Dave Chappelle said, don't never come between a man and his meal. That's why they're mad at the Birdman. That's why they're mad at Otterly Noah. That's why they mad at High CHD. That's why they mad at a lot of people that go against grifters. Hey, they might even hate me a little bit. It's cool, son. It's cool because I'm a nigga with an attitude. Oh, man. I will be back later on. I'll be back in a couple hours. We got to do Welcome to Dairy. So I will be back in about an hour or so with the Blurred AF. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Somebody asked me about, did you like the Street Fighter? You damn right I did. You know why? Because it looked like it was fun. It looked like it was silly. It was fun. And if you play, I literally have, because I have the collection, I think I literally have every single Street Fighter from Street Fighter 1 on up, Street Fighter Alpha, except for some of the ones that was like on ports. But yeah, I like it. I like it because it looks silly. It looks like it's fun, and I wanna have fun. It doesn't look as silly, or it's probably not going to be as goofy as the 1994 movie. But technically, that movie is very fun. If you watch it, it's fun. You know what I'm saying? It's really fun if you just have fun with it. You know what I mean? So as long as Andrew Schultz is getting beat up because he's playing Dan Hubicki, I'm cool with it. I'm cool. As long as I see him getting beat up, I'm straight. So yeah. But yeah, I liked it. I even talked about it on Threads, which I'm gonna start being on Threads a lot more. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to get more acclimated into Threads a little bit. I'm starting to get on there more than I do on X. You know what I'm saying? So I'm probably going to start more or less like tweeting or threading, or I don't know what that's called. But yeah, that's what you'll see. So, and Killer Instinct is way more crazier than Street Fighter will ever be. Yeah. I mean, I would switch out a couple people, like just being Andre, but like seriously, I kind of want to see what it's about. Because again, if it's fun, I don't care. I really don't care if it's fun. It is funny because people brought up Roman Reigns being Akuma, and somebody pointed out in wrestling, there's always a Samoan guy playing a Japanese guy, and his uncle, which was Yokozuna, was that his uncle or was that his big brother? I think Yokozuna was his big brother. Now, was Yokozuna his big brother is his uncle? I think that was his uncle. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I thought he was a Japanese dude for a long time. I did not know that he was Samoan. So yeah, Street Fighter. I watched that the other night. Yeah, dope. But I'm here for still. Hey, they say the same thing about Yokozuna. They said the same thing about Raul Julia, and Raul Julia is the best thing about Street Fighter, the movie. Yeah, he was his uncle. Yeah, I was like, I knew it was his uncle. I was thinking, I was like, oh, nah, it's not his brother, it's his uncle. But yeah, Raul Julia is the greatest thing, and that was his last performance, and he brought everything to that role. So all I'm looking for is people just have fun. Let's see what the story is, but let's see what kind of fun we can have with that. You know what I mean? The Fatal Fury anime is dope. So is Fist of the North Star. So is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So, yeah. But anyway, I gotta, no.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
You know I gotta wrap it up because I gotta get ready for it. Hey, Miss Roberta, I did all the cussing earlier. I'm sorry. I did apologize. But yeah. Yeah, if you Sean, yeah, shows did fire at Mortal Kombat, and but I criticized Mortal Kombat on some of the things that it looks. So it's, you know what I'm saying? It's just have fun. I'm gonna watch it. Let's have fun. But anyway, let me get up out of here, man. Thank you so very much for tuning in to another episode of the Dre Mac Show. Make sure to come back at 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern, because we are doing Welcome to Derry, episode 8, Blurred AF. Make sure y'all come back. Don't play. Come back. Because, man, this was the greatest horror series I have ever watched. And I can't wait to talk about that with Mika and Blue. So make sure you guys come back. All right. What did you guys think about this? This live, what Birdman had to say? Put it in the comment section below and let me know what you guys think. But again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'm gonna holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe power, man. Enjoy the rest of your day till we come back. Come back at 7 o'clock. Where's my outro at? Look, because you go come back, but right now I gotta go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Huh. Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.